Following video is not made for kids. Viewer discretion is advised. Hello to my subscribers, this is the Tiafangi coming to you with a review of the Transformers Generations War for Cybertron Trilogy Deluxe Class Maximal Airazor. Released in Wave 2 of the Transformers Kingdom line, Airazor has been one of the more anticipated Transformers figures of the Kingdom line due to the fact that, to my knowledge, this is the first modern-day action figure of Airazor that we've gotten. And I believe the last figure of Aries that was released was a reissue of her original Beast Wars action figure. And I'm excited to have Aries in my Transformers collection because it's just like so many of the other Beast Wars characters that have been released in the Kingdom line. This has become the first and only action figure of Aries that I have in my Transformers collection. So yeah, I am just overjoyed to finally have an action figure of Aries here in hand. So here on the front of the box, try to get it at an angle where the glare from my bedroom lamp isn't flashing off the plastic cover. But there's Airazor inside her box. Here you've got the artwork of her in her robot mode and in her beast mode. I believe Airazor, the type of bird that's supposed to be her beast mode, is supposed to be a hawk. Some have called it a falcon due to the fact that the falcon is the fastest flying bird in the world, and Airazor does move somewhat quickly, particularly in the Beast Wars series. But yeah, I'm just really digging the artwork used on Airazor here on the box. Now, in the Transformers War for Cybertron Trilogy Kingdom cartoon series, Airazor did have somewhat of a prominent role in the Netflix series due to the fact that Airazor let herself purposely get caught so that the Maximals could infiltrate the Predacons base, and the Autobots and Decepticons ended up being drawn into the Beast Wars in the Netflix Kingdom series. Some of the Autobots weren't too thrilled with Airazor's tactic at letting herself get captured, and that was one of the main reasons that the Autobots and Maximals ended up working together, was to rescue Airazor from her espionage mission. And overall, there's really not much else to say, other than the fact that I think that the designer that Hasbro Takara-Tomy really did manage to release an incredible action figure of Airazor here on the Kingdom line. So here on this side of the box, you got the poster image for the Kingdom line. Here on the top of the box, Airazor is a Maximal. She is the 14th Transformers figure to be released in the Kingdom line. Bottom of the box, you got same as the other boxes, barcode and warning disclaimers. Here on the back of the box, you got the official product photos. You got Airazor in her robot mode and in her beast mode of a predatory bird. Again, I don't know for certain if it's supposed to be a hawk or a falcon. I'm going to just call it a hawk because that's what it looks like to me. And Airazor transforms back and forth between both modes in 22 steps. But yeah, overall, I do thoroughly enjoy Airazor's design, and from what I've seen on other video reviews that other collectors have done on Airazor, she does have a few QC issues, particularly with her wings. Some Transformers fans and collectors have said they've seen stress marks on Airazor's wings if they pose them around too much. And that's unfortunately due to the fact that Airazor, the vast majority of her is made out of a brownish gray, or on the reverse of that, a grayish brown plastic. So, whether or not Airazor is a fragile Transformers action figure or not, from what I've seen, if you're very careful with Airazor and you don't transform her back and forth too quickly or rapidly, she can be fairly stable, more so than some of the more fragile Transformers figures in the Kingdom line, such as Trax and Rhinox. So yes, without further delay, Airazor has always been one of my favorite characters of the Beast Wars series. Airazor was the first female Maximal Transformers character to be introduced to the Transformers franchise. And she would ultimately end up being one of just 3 female Transformers characters to appear in the Beast Wars cartoon series. The others being Black Arachnia, who I already did a video review on, and Transmutate, who was given an action figure in the Kingdom line, although she was actually released in the Generation Selects line. I'm hoping to get around to doing a video review of Transmutate, since I have that action figure as well. So without further delay, let's get Airazor out of her box and take a close look at her in robot mode. Alright, and so here is Airazor out of her box and transformed into her robot mode. And I am really impressed with how she came out. I really enjoyed the metallic blue that they used on her face. That is pretty accurate to her animation model from the Beast Wars series. Aries, the orange on her feet and on her chest. The orange is gold. I believe it's somewhat accurate to the original Beast Wars figure that Airazor had. In the Beast Wars cartoon series, the parts on Airazor that are orange here on her Kingdom figure, they were originally like a fleshy peach colored color due to the fact that she was a hawk. As I looked at a picture of her animation model from the Beast Wars series, she was supposed to be a hawk. Okay, but as far as I could tell, looking at it, I'd probably have to double check on the Transformers Wikipedia just to see what type of bird Airazor is supposed to transform into. But all in all, I am just really impressed with how Airazor looks, and just the shade of paint used on her. This was one of the conflicting realities that happened in the Beast Wars series was that the Transformers characters from Beast Wars, who were mostly brown, they tried to find a way to not make them so dull colored, since most shades of brown are viewed as being somewhat of a dull color palette. But the design on Airazor, which carried over here into her Kingdom figure, it's definitely spot on. And I'm just really enjoying this head sculpt that's used on her robot mode. I love the fact that, just like her animation model from the Beast Wars series, the back half of Airazor's helmet looks like a bunch of feathers that have been combed back. And yeah, all in all, I don't have too much negative things to say about Airazor. I just really enjoyed to finally have an action figure of her in my Transformers collection. And for a quick size comparison, here is Airazor next to her mold mate, Kingdom Skywarp. And as I said in my review of Skywarp, the only difference between Skywarp and Airazor is the different robot mode head sculpts. And looking at them both, even though Skywarp's head sculpt is, well, actually, I was gonna say it's a little taller, but no, Airazor's head sculpt is twice as big as Skywarp's. But yeah, I just really enjoy the differences in designs between these two characters, and you can position the wings at different angles if you want to further differentiate Airazor and Skywarp from each other. But yeah, all in all, I just really enjoy how Airazor came out. So now that I've doted on her robot mode, we will transform her and take a look at her in her beast mode. Alright, and so here is Airazor in her beast mode, and I honestly am still undecided if she is supposed to be a hawk or a falcon. I've seen both those birds in real life where I live. If I see hawks more often than I do falcons, that's why I've been more prone to calling Airazor a hawk, although I think she is supposed to be a falcon due to her slightly small and slender design. Falcons are only half the size that hawks are. They might even be only 1/3. But yeah, all in all, I do enjoy the look of Airazor in her beast mode. I have her in the open wing position. Unfortunately, one thing that um, is somewhat difficult to accomplish is when you try and get Airazor into a flying pose, you can't really fold up her feet underneath her body the way actual birds of prey do. They do, but you can make her head look down. I don't know though, if you look at it from the side, it looks like her neck's been broken. I apologize, I just realized I didn't really cover Airazor's articulation in robot mode, but if you go back and watch my review of the Transformers Kingdom Skywarp action figure, I did cover the articulation with this mold when I looked at Skywarp, and because the only retooled parts between Airazor and Skywarp are the robot mode heads, in bird mode and also in robot mode, they have the same amounts of articulation. But yeah, I just can't get over the fact that we finally have a new figure of Airazor that's been released in the Kingdom line. and I'm finally ecstatic to get her open and take her out of the packaging. And again, for a quick size comparison, here is Airazor next to Kingdom Skywarp. And again, the only retool part is the robot mode head. So in bird mode, unless you look at them from underneath and you see the robot mode heads forming the bottom center of the bird chest. The only difference between Airazor and Skywarp are the paint jobs that they have. And yes, all in all, even though Skywarp's paint job makes him a bald eagle, which is my all-time favorite bird of prey, I just can't get over the paint job used here on Airazor, and even though it's a little more dull compared to Skywarp, I just really amazed with Airazor, and I love the fact that if you look at her wingtips, they give her like a more of a bird feather paint job design. I mean, there with the space between the feathers painted a slightly darker shade of greenish brown, grayish brown, almost say green. But yeah, I just can't get over all the sculpted detail in Aries. I mean, just look at all the individual feathers used on her back, her wings, and even the tail feathers. That's just amazing that Hasbro and Takara were able to put such sculpted detailing into this bird mode. So yes, this has been my review of Transformers Kingdom Airazor. I apologize if I didn't get around to saying too much about Airazor, but I'm just awestruck at how incredible she is. So I do highly recommend getting the figure if you can find it. And thank you to all my subscribers for your continued support. And until next time, you guys, this has been the TFN Geek. And remember, stay safe, stay healthy. Please like, comment, and subscribe, ring the bell icon for notifications. And until next time, you guys, transform and roll out. Goodbye, everyone.